Okay, we're back. We're back. Sorry guys, this has been such such an ordeal. But I think I have it figured out now. I hope. I hope you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, type a comment. Just put a comment, drop a comment into the comment box. Just let me know if you can hear me, because I'm just not sure if I'm actually recording. Looks like I am. It says that I am. But if you can't hear me, tell me you can't hear me. If you can hear me, tell me you can hear me. Hopefully I'll get some feedback on this. Because if I turn off my monitor, my audio monitor, then I don't get this echo, which is really annoying, and I can't proceed with that echo. So nobody's commenting. So hopefully you can hear me. So we're going to talk today about choosing a domain name. Let's get this started. I want presenter view, I believe. So our objectives today: choosing a domain name, deciding a domain name. That's the first thing we're going to talk about. I'm going to show you a tool that you can use to generate your domain name. There are others out there, but this one I like, and I've had good luck with it. So when you're choosing a domain name, I recommend choosing something generic. Like for me, it would be Kimberly recommends, or Kimberly suggests, or Kimberly refers, because you want something that's, I guess, going to be, something that if you wanted to change your niche, or if you wanted to start promoting something else, that would be easy for you to do, and you wouldn't have to change your domain every time you decided to promote something else. But I think that would work out fairly well. You could always choose a more specific domain name if it is something that you think you're going to be staying with for a long time, that particular niche or that particular product. But I don't recommend that so much. If you had a physical bricks and mortar type of a business, you might want that. But for affiliate marketing, I think you're better off with something generic. And then the advantage of using .coms versus other .coms or other dots like .net, .au, .ca if you're in Australia or Canada. And then there's also .io. There's a lot of different extensions. Those are called extensions that you can use, but mostly I would recommend using .com, and there's several reasons why, and we'll get into that when we get to that slide. Then purchasing your domain. Where should you purchase it from? That's a personal preference, but I'll show you where I do it. What you should get when you purchase your domain. So what are those things that are required or not required, but you really should get? And what are those things that you don't have to get, that you're just spending money needlessly? And then how much should you spend? I'll show you kind of what I do. And then auto-renewing versus buying years in advance. What's going to be a better use of your money? You can always turn off auto-renew, and then every year you can review it. And there might be some advantages to that as well, and I'll talk to you about that. And then I've got a pro tip for you. I'm going to show you, what a subdomain is, and then we'll briefly touch on DNS settings. I'm not going to get too far into DNS settings. I think we'll talk about that when we talk about building your funnel, because it'll make more sense, and it won't make sense right now until you actually are connecting it to your funnel, your domain actually. And then I'll talk briefly about buying and parking domains. So one of the most difficult parts of getting started in your business after you choose your niche is to choose a domain name. And you kind of want it to be emblematic of your brand, but the chances of getting the most perfect domain probably are going to be slim to none. So for instance, if I wanted a domain name that was, you know, I had a craft business, I might want kimscrafts.com, but it's likely that this domain is already taken. So I need to choose something else. I need to choose something that would be more generic. So here's a free tool that can help. It's called leandomain.com or leandomainsearch.com. And I'm going to jump out of this right now. And I'm going to open up browser. Actually, I'm going to open up my web browser here. And then I'm going to go up here. So I don't know if it's going to show. I think I'm going to have to pull it down. Open up another window. Can't get my mouse all the way up there. This mouse is bothering me. It's not working right. I don't see any comments. No one's commenting right now. Yeah, we can't hear you. Get my mouse up there. Now it shows that I'm capturing my audio. I hope I am. Okay, I'm going to pull this tab down here into my window here. Okay, so leandomainsearch.com this is what I use and I recommend it. So it's lean domain search, and it just bounced me out again. Search for and register available domains. So this is what we would get if we went to do this. So I'm gonna type one in. I'm gonna type in Kimberly refers. Let's see if that's taken, if that's available. Sometimes you get lucky. So you would just type that in. So Kimberly refers, and let's see what it gives us. So it's going to give us a lot of different options. Kimberly refers media, the Kimberly refers, Kimberly refers app, shop, network, book, actually, how about the Kimberly refers? Try that one. All right, so too long to be a Twitter name. We're not going to use it as a Twitter name, but we can register now, create a site on WordPress, but we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to register now with Bluehost. And good news, the domain kimberlyrefers.com is available. So now I'm going to be going into Bluehost. Now Bluehost is the hosting software that I use. I like it a lot. It's fairly reasonable, and I'm also able to use that with WordPress, and I also have my email hosted through Bluehost as well. So I'm going to just go into Bluehost. So if the domain is available, let's just go there. I'm going to open up Bluehost. Is web hosting service company. And I'm going to go ahead and log in. And log into my account. Oh, this mouse is driving me crazy today. It is not working right. It gets, because I don't have a mouse pad, it's an optical mouse, it really gets kind of gunked up on the, on my desktop. All right. And it makes it hard to move things around, makes it hard to navigate. I'm going to move this. And I hope you guys can hear me. Nobody's telling me that you can't, so hopefully you can. Because I got the whole thing recorded yesterday and I had no audio, and I'm not sure why, because I had all the settings set up the way I wanted them to be. I'm not seeing right now, I'm not hearing any feedback, so I'm hoping that that's working. Okay, so I'm going to go to my domains here. Guys, I actually bought one yesterday, and so I'm not going to go through the whole process again, but just to show you kind of how it's done. So let's say I want Kimberly M refers. So let's see if that's available. So I'm going to go to purchase domain, and I'm going to go to Kimberly. I'm going to type in Kimberly M refers. And let's see if that one's available. And good news, it is. So I can get a .com. So see this right here where it says kimberlymrefers.com. That is what I want. It's gonna run me $12.99, and it's gonna probably be more than that, because I'm gonna show you why you're going to want to spend more. But this is per year, $12.99 per year. It does not mean per month, so that's good news. So for 13 bucks, you can get your domain. So if I click the cart, it's going to put it into the cart. And now we can check out the settings. So auto renew. This is if you want to keep it auto renewed. This will automatically renew your domain before it expires. This is what they recommend, of course. For something like this, if I knew I was going to be keeping this domain indefinitely, then I would want it to auto renew. I would not want this to expire. But it could be something that you're not sure if you're going to be keeping or not. Like if you are parking a domain and then you decide, you know what, I don't want to pay for this anymore because you have to pay to park. Then you could say, I don't want to automatically renew this domain. I want to review it and then decide later. Contact information. You don't really want this information available, publicly available. So what I would recommend is always get domain privacy. And this way, this information is not on the web. And because it's not on the web, you stand a much better chance of not getting hacked. And then if, you know, getting hacked, you're going to have all your personally identifiable information out there, PII. You don't want that out there. So I always recommend choosing domain privacy. It's going to cost you more per year, but it's absolutely worth it. And then you want to agree to the domain registration and then add to cart. So then I'll show you here. Once I do that, and it's not going to the cart. There we go. Just takes a minute. So the domain name registration, and here's what you guys got to watch out for this, because it automatically gives you 2 years, and I would not do that. I would just say 1 year, just in case you want to change your mind. Yes, it's going to auto renew, but if you don't want this, you know, then it's only going to cost you 28 bucks a year. And then you can decide at the end of the year whether or not you want to purchase it. Okay, I am not going to process this order because I really don't want that domain name, but you get the idea. Now, after you process the order, you could always add on email. With my kimmathiat.com domain, I have email, and it works pretty well that I have that. But you know, you can choose whether or not you want to add that on. All right, so that's basically it in a nutshell. Just how to, you know, purchase a domain. So let's go back to my show. All right, so now we've decided on a domain name. We've actually purchased it. We've looked up some options in freedomain.com. And so the next step is going to be, why choose a .com versus other .coms, or other dots like .net or other extensions? Well, the first thing is that it's going to establish your credibility and authority, because a .com just looks more professional. It's also going to be search engine friendly for SEO, for search engine optimization. It's going to ensure that your brand is going to come up in search engines, right? That's so important. You want to be able to be searchable, and so your customers can find you, and they will always search for a .com before they search for anything else. So that's another option. That's another reason why you would want to have a .com as opposed to other extensions. And it's going to be easier to apply to affiliate programs with the .com, because that implies that you are an established business. Now, recently, they're starting to recommend using .io or .co, something like that. But you know, when you change your extension, that's going to change the price. That's going to change what you pay for, and .co tends to be more expensive. It's up to you, but I don't recommend that. Just stick with .com until you get to be more familiar with doing this process, and then you can start playing around with other extensions. Now, the advantage of buying another extension is because now if you have a brand that you are concerned about somebody else taking, if you do purchase other extensions like .net or .io or .co, then you own that domain and nobody else could own it. So they aren't going to be able to steal it away from you, and you know, possibly create a copycat site. Now you're probably not going to worry about that because you're not to that point. But if you have a viable brand and you're scaling and it gets to the point where you feel that your business is valuable enough, then I think you might have to consider that. But you probably don't when you first get started. Okay, so domain registration provider, I use Bluehost. I'm also an affiliate for Bluehost. I will be putting that into the transcript and also into my YouTube channel in the description. So if you're going to purchase from Bluehost, guys, I'm just going to say it. I'm shamelessly say it. Please click on my link, because then I can get a commission. And you can do the same thing. That was my pro tip. Become an affiliate of your provider, of your hosting service, and that way, and then promote that in your email campaigns or on your YouTube channel, and just say, here's all the tools that I use, and Bluehost just happens to be one of them. I'm an affiliate. I also use ClickFunnels or GetResponse. You should always be an affiliate of the software that you use. That's really important. You can add, value and then still make a commission on all your affiliate products. So the other ones that you might look at, GoDaddy. I used to use GoDaddy all the time. I switched over to Bluehost because I just like the way Bluehost works better. But there's also other ones. GoDaddy, GetResponse also does a domain search. Let's see. Trying to see here. So Namecheap is another one, HostGator, domain.com. These are all domain providers, domain registration providers that you can access, and I'll put the links in there in the YouTube video as well. Okay, I kind of missed something. I'm going to go back to this slide right here. No. Okay, so what should you purchase? This is the slide I wanted. I thought it was back further, but it's right here. What you should purchase from your domain provider. So as you can see, Bluehost was $12.99 for this particular name. Namecheap advertises 99-cent domains, but then they say on their website that it's $8.98. I would never pay more than $15 for 1 year. If you think you're going to be using this for quite a while, then choose to auto renew or purchase for more than 1 year. With most providers, you can choose up to 10 years, but if you don't think you'll ever use this domain but are just buying it to have it, like to protect your brand, then don't choose to auto renew, as I said before, and just purchase it for 1 year, and then you can choose to renew it. The other thing is too, if you're taking credit cards or want to add another layer of protection for your customers, you should always choose to add the SSL certificate encryption. It shouldn't cost you anything to do that, but I would recommend that if you are taking credit cards or you're doing any kind of transactions online where you are collecting PII from your customers, it just adds another layer of protection for them. Okay, and then email hosting, as I said, that's going to run you probably $40 a year. You might find it cheaper, but I could also, or you could also have it connected to like Outlook for an extra fee. I don't know that that's necessary. I don't do it. I just don't want to pay. I just don't want to pay Microsoft. And I also get Microsoft for free anyway at Microsoft Outlook. I just would have to get it connected to my domain. All right, let's talk about subdomains. So subdomains, and I'll show you what that means. I'll show you in Bluehost. So a subdomain, it's free to get, right? So it doesn't cost you anything to add a subdomain. It's just a setting in your provider, in your hosting service. And it does have several advantages. So it's going to improve your SEO, your search engine optimization as a unique address. So you can keep your basic address, your basic generic address, but then if you add a subdomain, that's going to make it more specific. So if my domain is Kimberly refers or kimberlyrecommends.com, and I add something like I could do 15 business builder challenge .kimberlyrecommends.com. So it's going to make it more specific for you. I would consider that because then you could have as many subdomains as you want, and you can it will act as if it's a brand new domain. So something to think about. You can also use it for promotions. Like I said, you can add a different subdomain, and that's going to make it a more specific and unique website. You can improve your mobile experience for your customers. It's going to rank higher in search engines, and you can also use it for testing, like for sandbox testing, if you're testing out a new site, and then remove it later when you're ready to publish the site. So I'll show you how to do it. So we're going to go back to Bluehost. Pull this up here. Okay, so we're going to go to domains. And I'll show you what I've done. And I'm going to go to subdomains. And I'm going to go up here and add a subdomain right here. Okay. So once I'm in this screen, I can put in anything I want. So let's say if I wanted to put in the 15-day biz challenge. And then my subdomain, let's say it is kimmathieu.com. And then my home folder, let's say it's public HTML. This is going to be my website, so I can say 15-day challenge. And it bounced me out. I'm just going to do this 15-day biz challenge. And I could add my root domain, which would be my home folder if I'm doing a website, but I'm not using it for that. So I'm just going to add subdomain. And now I've got a new subdomain. So I've got 15daybizchallenge.kimmathiot.com. I've also created this one here, affiliate.kimmathiot.com, and then petproducts.kimberlyrecommends.com. So I've created all these. I can remove them. I don't have to keep them if I don't want to, but I can use these for my funnel, and I can, create different funnels based on these new domains all day long. But my root directory, my root domain is always going to be kimmathiot.com or kimberlyrecommends.com. So you can kind of see how that works. I would recommend, if you're doing a subdomain, this is a great way to have a unique web address, but still keep your domain, your primary domain, intact, and you don't have to then purchase new domains. And like I said, this is free, and you can do this for as many different products, for as many different domains as you want. And I think that this is probably the best way for a lot of people ask me, can I promote different products with my domain? And the answer is yes, and this is how you do it. All right. Moving on. Let's go back to our PowerPoint. All right. So, presenter view. Make sure I talked about all this. Yeah. Okay, DNS records. DNS records, I'm not going to go into, I'll show you what they are, but they're not, I'm not going to go into a great deal of detail with this. Like I said before, I will talk more about this when I give you the funnel training, building a funnel, because it'll make more sense then. Right now I can show them to you and it's not going to make any sense to you. But you set these through your domain hosting service, and it takes about 4 to 48 hours. They say this, I think, just to cover their butts, but it should go through within 10 to 15 minutes. Sometimes it might take longer, but they say 4 to 48 hours for the setting to propagate across the internet, because it needs to update all of these servers across the internet. That's kind of network techie jargon. Don't need to understand what that means, but just know that it's going to take a little bit of time for it to actually go through. So the settings that you're probably going to be using the most is CNAME and TXT, but there are others that you might be asked to update. But those settings are required to get your funnel to work with your domain, and for your professional email to stay out of spam folders and in the customer's inbox. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go to Bluehost again. So let's go to My Domains, and I'll show you what this. I'll show you with kimmathiot.com what that looks like. So I'm going to go to Manage, and so if I go down, so now I'm in my. This is like the back office stuff. So my name servers, these are important if you ever are going to transfer your domain to another provider. And this is the DNS Manager. The A record points to a domain or a subdomain. You will need to do this if you're doing trying to do your mail. You're going to need that A record, so to make sure you stay out of the spam folders. CNAME, this is important because you're going to need to point your funnel builder to your subdomain. So right now my subdomain is go.kimmathiot.com, so this is my subdomain. and I have it pointed to ClickFunnels, and I'll explain more about that when we talk about the funnel builders. And then there's some other settings here. I don't use any of these, but I do use my TXT, and I've got one in here. So this is also for human readable text. So this is like text to speech, and these records are dynamic and can be used for several purposes, as it says here. So that's basically DNS records. I'll talk more about that when we get to that point. And then let's go back. We're almost done here, guys. And then last but not least is parking domains. So why would you want to do this? So I'm sorry, let's talk about what this is. Parking domains is you're purchasing the domain, you register it, but you don't use it. And sometimes you might want to buy a domain and just sit on it for various reasons. So the first reason that you might want is that it's going to protect your brand. As I said before, you might want a .net, you might want a .io, you might want a .co. So there's a lot of different reasons, or .biz. There's a lot of reasons why you might want to do this. You could buy several versions of your brand and then park them so no one else can purchase them. If you decide to use it, you can always assign it to a directory and then point it to a website, like I said before. The other reason you might want to flip it. I've got a couple of domains that I have parked, and they are, GoDaddy tells me that they're worth like $1,200. If I wanted to flip those domains, I could do that. So you could also monetize them. So some hosting services like GoDaddy allow you to monetize your park domains and then loan them out to other retailers. And then ads placed on your domain can generate revenue. The thing is, though, you do have to pay for parking a domain. Like GoDaddy charges extra for the for monetizing your domain. Some charge more than others, so shop around. And you can actually park your domain with a host other than your main host, but you'll need to transfer it to them. And that's an advanced thing. If you're interested in learning how to do that, I can show you. There's also a lot of options on the internet. Okay, so questions? Anybody have some questions about this process? I'd be happy to answer that. I have no comments, no questions. All right, guys. Well, I hope this audio worked this time. I'm really hoping it has. And so that's basically the training. I will be posting this later into YouTube. I will post a transcript in case that you weren't able to follow along. Sometimes the audio cuts in and out. But if you weren't able to follow along and you do want to get the transcript, I'd be happy to share that with you. I'm going to post it anyway, though. I think it's just a good idea to do it. All right. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be talking to you guys later.